That black car parked across from your home for 3 nights wasn't there by accident. You noticed it, felt uneasy about it, and wondered who was watching you. This was no random occurrence but a divine message meant specifically for you. God has been trying to get your attention through this unsettling experience because an urgent spiritual awakening awaits you. This message comes not to frighten you, but to alert your spirit to an important truth you've been missing. What seemed like a threatening presence was actually a spiritual sign, a divine marker that your life is about to change in ways you cannot yet imagine. As you think about those 3 nights and that mysterious black car, know that God sees your concern and confusion. It's natural to feel worried when you sense you're being watched, but understand that this experience was permitted as a divine wake-up call. This apparent threat is actually a blessing in disguise, a chance to recognize the spiritual forces at work in your life. You're receiving this revelation now because there's important spiritual work you need to begin immediately. Even though that black car created feelings of vulnerability, trust that this unsettling experience happened to prepare you for a profound spiritual transformation. Those who recognize divine signs, even uncomfortable ones, are blessed with insights that others miss, allowing them to navigate life with greater awareness and protection. For 3 consecutive nights, that black car appeared like a sentinel in your life. The number 3 is spiritually significant, representing divine completeness and perfection across many faith traditions. This wasn't coincidence, but divine timing. Just as that car observed you, God has been watching your spiritual journey with loving attention. This feeling of being monitored reflects a deeper truth. Your soul is being called to awaken. Look closely at what was happening in your life during those 3 days. Were you at a crossroads, considering an important decision? Feeling lost or disconnected? The black car appeared precisely when your spirit needed redirection. Like a spiritual lighthouse, it was positioned to guide you back to your true path. The discomfort you felt being watched was actually spiritual growing pains, your soul recognizing that it's time for transformation. Your spirit knows when divine attention has turned toward you. That instinctive awareness is proof of your spiritual sensitivity. The black car experience marks the beginning of a new chapter in your spiritual development, one where you become fully conscious of the divine presence that has always been observing your journey with love. What felt like a threat, a strange car watching your home, was actually a manifestation of spiritual protection surrounding you. In moments when we feel most vulnerable, divine guardians often make their presence known. The black car symbolizes the protective forces that constantly monitor your life, though they usually remain invisible to your conscious awareness. Guardian angels and spiritual protectors sometimes use unsettling experiences to alert us to their presence. They need your attention, your acknowledgement that spiritual forces are actively working in your life. This apparent intrusion into your sense of security was actually a demonstration of how closely you're being watched over. During those 3 nights, unseen dangers were being diverted from your path. Without your knowledge, spiritual battles were being fought on your behalf. The black car served as both sentinel and shield, a physical representation of spiritual guardians standing watch. There is profound comfort in knowing you're never truly alone or unprotected. Even when you sleep, spiritual forces maintain their vigilant watch. Take a moment now to recognize how this experience, though initially frightening, demonstrates the extraordinary lengths your spiritual protectors will go to ensure you recognize their presence in your life. As we explore this spiritual awakening happening in your life, I'd like to help you continue receiving divine guidance and revelations. If this message about spiritual protection resonates with your experience, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, You'll receive more divine messages that will help you recognize the spiritual signs appearing in your everyday life, signs that most people miss, but that can transform your understanding of your spiritual journey. The black car was just one sign among many that have been appearing in your life. Think back to those 3 nights. Did you notice repeating numbers on clocks or license plates? Perhaps 111, 333, or 747? Did you experience unusual dreams or sudden insights? Maybe animals appeared in unexpected places, or you heard the same, unusual phrase from different people. These synchronicities aren't random coincidences, but divine choreography. When spiritual awakening begins, the universe orchestrates multiple signs to capture your attention. The black car was simply the most obvious, impossible to ignore because it triggered your instinctive awareness of being watched. Pay attention to patterns that emerged during or after those 3 nights. Perhaps songs with similar messages played on your radio. Maybe strangers said exactly what you needed to hear. Books may have fallen open to meaningful passages. These coincidences form a spiritual language designed specifically for you. Trust your intuition about these experiences. That inner knowing that something significant is happening isn't imagination. It's your soul recognizing divine communication. The black car acted as an anchor sign, making it impossible to dismiss all these synchronicities as mere chance. You're being invited to develop spiritual literacy, learning to read the signs and symbols through which divine guidance flows into your everyday life. This new awareness will forever change how you perceive your reality. The uncomfortable feeling of being watched carries a profound spiritual truth. You have become visible in the spiritual realm. Not everyone experiences this level of spiritual attention. You've been noticed because of your spiritual potential and the important role you're meant to play in divine plans. Like a spotlight illuminating an actor on stage, spiritual attention has turned toward you. This visibility isn't random or arbitrary. Something within your spirit, perhaps your kindness, your search for truth, or your capacity for compassion, has attracted this divine observation. You possess spiritual gifts that are now ready to be awakened and developed. Perhaps you've sensed these abilities, unusual intuition, natural healing energy, or exceptional empathy for others. These gifts require acknowledgement before they can fully develop, which is why your spiritual guardians needed to make their presence unmistakably clear. Being spiritually seen is both a responsibility and a blessing. It means you're being prepared for greater awareness and higher purpose. The discomfort of being watched transforms into gratitude when you understand that of all the souls on earth, yours has been specifically noticed by divine forces who recognize your unique spiritual signature and potential. The timing of the black car's appearance for exactly 3 nights reveals perfect divine orchestration. This wasn't a random event, but a precisely timed spiritual intervention. Consider what was happening in your life during this period. Were you approaching an important decision, feeling lost or questioning your path? Divine timing operates with perfect precision, delivering messages exactly when your spirit is ready to receive them. The 3-night duration carries spiritual significance, representing completion of one cycle and the beginning of another. Throughout spiritual traditions, 3 days often precedes rebirth or resurrection. This 3-night watch marked the end of spiritual dormancy in your life and the beginning of conscious awakening. This experience came at this specific moment because you're being prepared for important life changes on the horizon. Divine forces operate on a different timeline than human awareness, often alerting us to spiritual shifts before external changes become visible in our lives. Recognize the perfect timing of this experience as evidence of your synchronization with divine plans. When spiritual messages arrive with such precise timing, it confirms you're aligned with a higher purpose, unfolding exactly as it should in your life. Just as you've received this important spiritual revelation about divine protection, your support helps us continue sharing similar guidance with others who need these messages. A small super thanks of $5, $10, or $20 allows these spiritual warnings and insights to reach those who are experiencing their own mysterious signs but lack understanding of what they mean. Your contribution helps transform fear into spiritual awareness for many souls who are just beginning to recognize divine communication in their lives. Now that you understand the truth about that black car watching over you, a profound transformation begins in your spiritual awareness. What once seemed threatening now becomes evidence of divine care. This shift in perception doesn't just change how you view one experience, it transforms how you understand your entire life journey. Many people experience unusual signs but dismiss them as coincidence or imagination, missing the spiritual awakening being offered to them. By recognizing this experience as divine communication, you've opened a door that can never be closed again. Your spiritual senses have been activated, allowing you to perceive levels of reality that remain invisible to others. In the coming days, expect significant changes in how you perceive the world around you. Ordinary events will reveal their extraordinary spiritual dimensions. Conversations will carry deeper meanings. Dreams will become more vivid and meaningful. Your intuition will strengthen, giving you guidance that proves remarkably accurate. This transformation happens because you've acknowledged the spiritual attention focused on your life. Like a flower turning toward sunlight, your spirit naturally responds to divine recognition. The growth that follows happens organically as you remain open to further communication. Those who embrace these awakening experiences rather than dismissing them soon discover they're being prepared for an important spiritual purpose, one that will bring greater meaning and fulfillment than anything they've previously experienced. To strengthen your connection with the protective spiritual forces watching over you, begin each morning by saying, "I am divinely watched, protected, and guided." This simple affirmation acknowledges the spiritual attention you've become aware of and invites continued protection. Speak these words with complete confidence, knowing they reflect your spiritual reality. Create a daily meditation practice focused on the black car experience. For just 5 minutes, close your eyes and visualize that car transformed into light, sending protective energy toward your home. This visualization helps reframe any lingering fear into spiritual strength and acceptance. Develop a prayer of gratitude for spiritual guardians. Thank them specifically for making their presence known through the black car sign. Express appreciation for their willingness to step into your physical awareness in order to awaken your spiritual senses. Before sleep each night, practice spiritual scanning. Bow, mentally reviewing your day for signs and synchronicities. Notice patterns, unusual encounters, or meaningful coincidences. Record these in a spiritual journal to track the increasing communication flowing into your life. When you feel unsure or unprotected, place your hand over your heart and quietly say, "I recognize the spiritual forces watching over me." This physical gesture paired with acknowledgement creates an instant reconnection to your guardians. These practices strengthen your spiritual visibility, making it easier for divine guidance to reach you in ways you can clearly recognize and understand. Your experience with the black car wasn't just for your spiritual awakening. It prepares you to help others recognize divine signs in their lives. Many people are experiencing unusual events they can't explain, feeling watched or guided, but dismissing these feelings as imagination. Your understanding now qualifies you to help them interpret their own spiritual experiences. Listen closely when others share unusual occurrences or coincidences. These conversations are opportunities to gently help them recognize possible spiritual significance without imposing your interpretations. Simply asking, "Do you think that might have deeper meaning?" can open important doors to spiritual awareness. Share your own experience when appropriate, emphasizing how understanding the black car as spiritual protection transformed your fear into gratitude. Your story creates permission for others to view their unusual experiences through a spiritual lens. Together with others awakening to spiritual awareness, you form a growing community that recognizes divine communication in everyday life. This spiritual literacy spreads person to person, creating ripples of awakening that extend far beyond your individual experience. By helping others interpret their spiritual signs, you become an essential part of divine plans for increased spiritual awareness in a world that desperately needs reconnection to higher guidance. As we close our exploration of the mysterious black car that watched over you, move forward with confidence in your divine protection. What initially seemed threatening has revealed itself as profound spiritual care, guardians making their presence known in your life. Embrace this awakening with gratitude, knowing that spiritual forces deemed you ready for greater awareness. Trust the unfolding of your spiritual journey, even when it comes through unexpected messengers or unsettling experiences. You are being watched with perfect love, guided with perfect wisdom, and protected with perfect power. Continue saying, "I am divinely watched, protected, and guided," and witness how this awareness transforms every aspect of your life journey. If this message about spiritual guardians has helped you understand unusual experiences in your life, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more divine revelations. Hit the notification bell so you never miss spiritual messages meant specifically for you. When you share this video, you help others who may be experiencing their own mysterious signs without understanding their meaning. Each person who receives this knowledge through you becomes part of an expanding network of spiritual awareness. Dear Lord, please open our spiritual eyes to recognize your protection, even when it appears in unexpected or initially unsettling ways. Help us trust your perfect guidance. Amen. If this message has brought clarity to confusing experiences in your life, consider showing your appreciation with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more. Your support allows these spiritual revelations to reach those searching for meaning in their own mysterious encounters. Please share in the comments any similar experiences you've had with feeling watched or protected by unseen forces. Your stories help build our community of spiritual awareness and may provide exactly the confirmation someone else needs. We'll be revealing more spiritual signs and their meanings in our upcoming videos.